Praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, Bahashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man. And today, we're going to talk about the greatest diss track, all right? Because you got these rappers, they going at each other, and it's all, it's all vanity. Okay, here it is. We got the, we in the worstest time that we've ever been in, and these rappers, they worrying about, dissing themselves, okay? And by themselves, I mean, their other brothers like Jake's, all right? Such as Rick Ross having beef with Drake and Chris Brown having beef with Quavo and all that Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole. But nobody is addressing the elephant in the room. Esau Edom. Who's dissing him? Okay? Where's his beef at? All right? And that's why we're going to go into it today. The greatest diss track of all time. Because we got to expose this man. Okay? We got to have beef with him. All right? In the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Psalms 94 and 16. Let's get that. This is Psalms 94 and verse 16. Give me 1 second to pull it up. This is Psalms 94 and verse 16. It reads, "Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?" Right. So here it is, you got these rappers, beefing with each other. And yet, who's going to rise up against the ultimate, ninja, Esau Edom? Okay? You got these rappers having beef with themselves, like I said, Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole's. Then you got this beef between Chris Brown and Quavo. And, you had beef with, who else? Rick Ross and Drake. But where's the beef with Esau? Okay? Who's having beef with Esau Edom, the so-called white man? Who's exposing him? Who's putting him out there on blast? Okay? Nobody other than the servants of the Most High. All right? So we got the greatest diss track, and it ain't even close. So let's go into some scriptures and let's get a few verses. All right? Like I said, that was Psalms 94 and 6. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? And we know the head of those evildoers is Esau Edom, so-called white man. Okay? That's why the earth is in the fashion that it is right now. Okay? Because the sins of this man's kingdom has reached up to the heavens, and now Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, he's getting ready to come pay them a visit. Okay? So this is, let's go to Jeremiah. And let's get the greatest diss track, okay? Because this word is the greatest diss track against all of Esau Edom's, iniquities, man. And the other nations as well, but Esau Edom, he's the spearhead of them all. All right? So let's go to Jeremiah 25 and let's jump right into it. This is Jeremiah 25 and let's go down to verse 12. And it reads, "And it shall come to pass when 70 years are accomplished that I will punish the king of Babylon." Right, and we know today's time, that king of Babylon is represented by this kingdom, spearheaded, like I said, by the Edomites, okay? So-called white man. All right, back then, Nebuchadnezzar, okay? So it says, "And it shall come to pass when 70 years are accomplished that I will punish the king of Babylon and that nation," right, which is the Edomites, okay? So they got their reward waiting for them. It says what? that I will punish the king of Babylon in that nation, saith Yahweh. For what? For their iniquity. And the land of the Chaldeans, and will make it perpetual desolations. Right. So this place that you know of as of today, which is America, but in the spirit is Babylon the Great, is going to be no more. Okay. Once Yahweh come pay this place a visit, that's going to be it. Okay. This is a wrap. That's why this is the greatest diss track. While y'all worrying about a diss track or a beef between Rick Ross and Drake, or Kendrick and J. Cole and Drake, or Chris Brown, Chris Breezy, and Quavo. Hey, you got the servants putting out the greatest diss track of all time through Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. So it goes on to read verse 13. Let's see. Yeah, like I said in verse 12, you know, Esau, Edom, which is in the spirit, Babylon the Great, you know, the Most High is going to come pay this place a visit, you know, due to all his iniquities, okay? And you go there and read that in Revelation, the 18th chapter. Let's jump over there and get that. Revelation 18 and verse, let's see where we can jump at. The point is at 5. But it says, Revelation 18, let's go straight to the point. Verse 5, it says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Right, and this is speaking of Babylon the Great. Okay, the sins of this place have reached to the heavens, to the point that the Most High is going to visit this place, and he's already beginning to visit this place. And that's why you're seeing, you know, those sorrows, the beginning of sorrows, because the Most High is beginning to visit this place. All right. So Revelation 18 and 5 says, for her sins have reached unto heaven. The Most High have remembered her iniquities. Right. And although they try to tell you, you know, slavery and all those things were in the past to get over it, no. The Most High have remembered the iniquities of this place, and they're not getting away with anything. Okay. So it says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. So this place is pretty much a done deal. It's a wrap. And you trying to build and, you know, praying and hoping that this place somehow, you know, finds a way to be, you know, delivered and repent. No, it's not going to happen. Okay. That's why it says if Babylon could have been healed, she would have, but she can't. All right. So this place is pretty much a done deal. So it says, verse 6, reward her even as she reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double. Right. So this place got, you know, judgment coming. Okay. Not just any judgment, but, you know, judgment to the point that it's going to be completely wiped off the face of this map, off the earth. Okay. So going back to Jeremiah, Jeremiah 25, and picking up at verse 13, it says, and I will bring upon that land all my words which I have pronounced against it, even all that is written in this book, which Jeremiah have prophesied against all the nations. Right. So the Most High, you know, he's going to bring his judgment to this land, which is Babylon the Great. Okay. And not just that, but all the other nations as well. Okay. Because they all had a part in, you know, our downfall as well. They're not going to get away with it either. Okay. They going into captivity and slavery right along with the rest of the Edomites. All right. So it says, Jeremiah 25 and 13, it says, and I will bring upon that land all my words which I have pronounced against it, even all that is written in this book, which Jeremiah have prophesied against all the nations. Right. And you go into the plagues, the pestilence, you know, everything. The Most High is going to give this place, this land, all his judgments, okay? Not one is going to slack, okay? So this place is finished, okay? And this is the greatest diss track, not some beef between, you know, Jake, you know, who he won't call out. He'll call out his own people, but he won't call out the wicked, okay? And that's why we started off in Psalms 94 and verse 16. Who will rise up against me? Who will rise up for me against the workers of iniquity, the evildoers, okay? Only the servants of the Most High will, all right? And that's why we have beef with this place. That's why we have our own diss track, okay, to this place, Babylon the Great. Now it says, 14, for many nations and great kings, this is Jeremiah 25 and 14. It reads, and for many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of them also, and I will recompense them according to their deeds and according to their works of their own hands. Right. So these other nations, these other kings, they have gotten delicious off of the backs of our, you know, our forefathers, our foreparents, and they got to pay for it as well. Okay. Now it says, for many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of them also, and I will recompense them according to their deeds and according to the works of their own hands. 15. Thus saith Yahweh, power of Israel, unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all nations to whom I send thee to drink it. Right. So all these nations, they were going to drink of that cup of, you know, wine, fury, because the Most High was going to use, you know, the hammer of the earth, which is Babylon, to promote that cup, that democracy, this religion, and everything else. And that's why all the other nations have drunken of it and gotten mad. And now they're going to, you know, reward Babylon as she rewarded them. They're going to double unto Babylon, okay? And they have the, you know, arsenal, the weaponry, and, you know, the missiles, okay, to do so. Particularly Iran, Russia, China, you know, these are the powerhouses, okay? These are the nations that the Most High is going to use to wipe America off the face of the earth. So it says, 15, for thus saith Yahweh, power of Israel, unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all nations to whom I send thee to drink it. Right. And we go to Jeremiah 51 and verse 7. It reads, then will I cause you, no, Salaki, that's Jeremiah 7. Jeremiah 51 in verse 7. It says, Babylon, which is, you know, synonymous or associated with America, Babylon have been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. How? Because, you know, through Babylon, America, its military, its might, its forces, it has, you know, shoved and pushed down the throat of these other nations, its democracy, its religion, and these other nations, you know, they fed up with it. So it says, Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Right, those are the philosophies. Therefore, the nations are mad. Right. So they mad both in the sense, you know, they gone completely out of their mind following after this whore, which is Babylon the Great. And they're mad also because they fed up with this whore, Babylon the Great. So it says, verse 8, Babylon is suddenly falling and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm. Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Right. So those good old days that you love and you love back in the days, those days are finished, man. Those good old days that you learned to love, it's a wrap, man. Those days ain't coming back. So it says, Babylon is suddenly falling, Jeremiah 51:8, and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Right, and we read that in Revelation 18 and verse 5, okay? Babylon judgment has reached to the skies, and these other nations see the writing on the walls, and that's why, they getting ready to go back to their own land, okay? Because why? They understand that the economy, the dollar, and everything else that's tied with it is on its way out the door, okay? And unlike these other nations, Israel, we have to wait till we are delivered by our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai, to go back to our homeland. Because right now, you have bastards dwelling in our homeland. Okay, so it's not fit for us to come. Okay, so that whole region over there is going to get excavated or, tore up by the way of those missiles as well. And then it's going to get purged, and then it's going to be ready for us to come back home. Okay, but right now, we don't have a home. Okay, we waiting on Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, to come take us out of this captivity and take us back home. Okay, so let's go back to Jeremiah 25. So this is Jeremiah 25, and picking up right around where we left off at, 15. For thus saith Yahweh, power of Israel, unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink it. Right. And we were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, pursuant to the curses, that we will be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So all these other nations had a hand in our captivity. So in that reason, they're going to have to pay for it as well, okay? But the brunt of that cup is going to be given to Esau, Edom, okay? So-called white man, Babylon. They're going to drink of that cup to the point where America will no longer be no more, okay? So it says, 17, then I took the cup of, Jeremiah 25 and 17. Then took I the cup at Yahweh's hand and made all the nations to drink unto whom Yahweh had sent me, to wit, Jerusalem, verse 18, and the cities of Judah, and the kings thereof, and the princes thereof, to make them a desolation and an astonishment and a hissing and a curse, as it is today, as it is this day. Right. So, Jeremiah prophesied, okay? These other nations that took part in our captivity, both the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, they got to drink of this cup as well, okay? There's no escaping from them either. So, it tells us that in Psalms 83, they all had a hand in our downfall, okay? They were confederate, okay? But at the front of the table is the Edomites. And out of the Edomites, it's the, Amalekites. Not the Amalekites, let's go there. Psalms 83. It's the, the 1948ers. This is Psalms 83, and it says, a song or song, keep not thy silence, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Right. So all these nations had a role in our downfall, okay? And that's why they all going to get judged as well. And they going into slavery as well, okay? But after their 1,000 years are up, they're going to be able to go back to their land with the law, statute, commandments, with a better understanding, and they're going to be able to, live out accordingly. Whereas Esau, Edom, after his 1,000 years are up, we're going to, bundle them up together and burn them, pursuing to Obadiah 1 and 18. So it says, verse 4, Psalms 83 and 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Right. And for the longest, we had no idea who we were, okay? Until the Holy Spirit, which Yahweh Shai left, the Comforter, started to work and wake us up, okay? And now we know who we are. So it says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel, Yasharallah, Prince of the Power, may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. So they were all on the same page, on the same accord. Okay? It says, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, that's the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. And the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek. Amalek is the head chief of the Edomites, okay? Those are the 1948ers. Those are the ones that are currently in our land right now, fighting with the Palestinians on whose land that is when it doesn't belong to any one of them, okay? That's our land. That's why I said when all the other countries can go back to their land, once all hell breaks loose here in America, we don't have anywhere to go to, okay? Because our land is being occupied right now by those, who are they? Psalms 83 and 7, those Amalekites, okay? Those bastards, they are inhabiting our land, okay? And that's why that land has to get purged before we can make our way back to that land by our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, okay? So this is the greatest diss track, not some beef between, Rick Ross and Drake. No, it's the controversy that the Most High Yahweh in the name by Hashem Yahweh Shai has with these other nations, okay? But particularly Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He has great controversy with him. So now going back to Jeremiah, '25, and picking up at verse 17, it says, then took I the cup at Yahweh's hand and made all the nations to drink unto whom Yahweh had sent me, to wit, Jerusalem and the cities of Judah and the kings thereof and the princes thereof, to make them a desolation and astonishment and hissing and a curse as it is this day. Right. And these other nations was used to, have us to continuously descend against our power. Right. Why? Because, you go to a Chevron in the hood and you see, they serve, what they call ham and cheese, or, the Aki way, where they give you a ham and cheese sandwich, knowing that, good and darn well, we're not supposed to eat ham. But that's the complicity that all these other nations had to be in confederacy together, to have us, the sons of the Most High, to go off, okay? But that was all according to prophecy for a specific time. And now that time has reached, we have started to waken up, and we strongly believe that the elect have been sealed. And in doing so, the Most High is getting ready to visit this place, okay? And you're going to see the greatest diss track of all time. You witnessing it right now, but shortly you're going to see it as well. So it says, then took I, Slakia, then took I the cup at Yahweh's hand and made all the nations to drink, unto whom Yahweh have sent me, to wit, Jerusalem and the cities of Judah and the kings thereof and the princes thereof, to make them a desolation and an astonishment and a hissing and a curse as it is this day. Right. And when you go into the curses in Deuteronomy, what is it? Deuteronomy 28 in the 37th verse, it says, I will make you a proverb and a byword. Okay, that's why we are called, blacks, spics, tontos, all these other names outside of who we truly are, the children of Israel, the prince of the power, Yasharallah. Okay, let's go there. Let's go to the curses. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 37. It says, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb. What else? And shall, Slack, Deuteronomy 28:37, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither Yahweh shall lead thee. And that's throughout the four corners of the earth. You can't escape. No matter how much success you think you have, you still a ninja to them. You still, a so-called black person, okay? Even amongst your own people, they call you black. What is black? That's a color. That's not denoting a nationality, okay? So it says, we were going to be an astonishment. And they look, and for the most part, they know who we are. But they look at us in our lower state, and they're astonished. Like, damn, how did, a nation of priests and kings fall so low? And it's only one way, Yahweh, okay? He put us in this state, okay? And now he's raising us up, Kwam Yasharallah, okay? So he's raising us up in these last days, okay? So yeah, we are a byword and a proverb, or we were, because now, those of us in the truth, we know who we are, okay? So going back to Jeremiah 25, and where was we at? Oh, 18. To wit, Jerusalem and the cities of Judah and the kings thereof and the princes thereof, to make them a desolation and astonishment, a hissing and a curse, as it is this day. Right. And we read that. And the curse is in Deuteronomy 28, the 37th chapter. Okay, because not all our people know who we are. Or many of them do, but they don't accept it. Okay, they don't want to believe it. And what does it say in Romans 3:3? What if some do not believe? Does that make the word of the Most High void? No, it still makes the word of the Most High true. It's just that they will not receive salvation. Okay, so let's go on and read. It says 19, Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and his servants and his princes and all his people, and all the mingled people, and all the kings of the land of Uz, and all the kings of the land of the Philistines, and Ashkelon, and Azaz, and Akron, and the remnant of Ashdod. That's a bastard should dwell in our land. It says Edom, and Moab, and the children of Ammon. Okay, all these are the ones that were confederate against us. Psalms 83. It says, and all the kings of Tyrus, and all the kings of Zidon, and the kings of the isles which are beyond the sea. Right. So these are the, land mass that, are by the sea, that have also, gotten fat and lived deliciously off our labors. Okay. It says what? And the kings of Tyrus, and all the kings of Zidon, and the kings of the isles which are beyond the sea, Dedan, Tema, and Buz, and all that are in the uttermost corners. Right. Because we read, we were all scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, pursuant to the curses. Okay. 24 says what? And all the kings of Arabia, and all the kings of the mingled people that dwell in the desert. 25. All the kings of Zemrai, and all the kings of the Medes, and all the kings of the north, far and near, one with another, and all the kingdoms of the world which are upon the face of the earth, and the king of Shishash shall drink after them. Right. So all these nations, they're going to drink of that cup as well. Okay. There's no, we didn't have anything to do with your slavery. No, you have some way, shape, or form something to do with us going into captivity and losing our identity. And that's why the Most High has a controversy with all of you. That's why he's going to judge you in the valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay. So there's no getting away with this judgment. Okay. That's why this is the greatest diss track. Why y'all worrying about that minuscule, miniature beef between Jake? You got the real beef going on between Yahweh and these other nations, okay? And which really ain't beef, because Yahweh, he's going to really get rid of all of them. But, leading up to that, you got the controversy that this ain't his name, or we're not the people. You all going to see it when it really comes to fruition. You're going to see it, okay? And in doing so, Yahweh's going to judge you, okay? And that's going to be the biggest and the greatest diss track of all time. So it says, 27, therefore thou shalt say unto them, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the power of Israel, drink ye and be drunken, and spew and fall, and rise no more, because of the sword which I will send among you. Right. We know that sword is going to be the missiles, but also the chariots are going to get busy as well. And we know that the Most High used the sword as Esau as well to bring forth his wrath on these other nations, okay? But like I said, hey, you're going to get it again, okay? Because you had a part in our downfall, speaking of the other nations, right alongside Esau, Edom, okay? So y'all all going to get judged. Now it says, 27, therefore thou shalt say unto them, thus saith Yahweh hosts, power of Israel, drink ye and be drunken, and spew and fall, and rise no more, because of the sword which I will send among you. Right. And these nations are going to get judged, because Esau, he's equipped with his own, thermonuclear capabilities as well. But it's not enough to overcome the power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, man. Okay, so these other nations, they're going to get busy. They got double as much as Esau, Edom. See, back in the day, Esau, Edom, speaking particularly of America, they were the leading, defense. They had, missiles and all this type of capability. But, through Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, he has allowed these other nations to catch up. And not only catch up, but to surpass the American military. Okay, and now they have the capability of, what's the word? Now they have the capability of executing such, and not only executing it, but overdrive. Okay, they have double the capability. That's why they're going to reward Babylon, double their portion. They have double amount. They have double the amount of missiles that America, Babylon the Great has, okay? And they're going to open up that armory and get loose, man. Yahweh's going to use these other nations, okay, alongside the chariots. This is going to be the greatest diss track, all right? And they clapping. It's a wrap, man. America's finished, man. Y'all simple jakes worrying about Drake and Rick Ross, Quavo, and Chris Brown. Man, you got the greatest diss track being played right now, and you ain't even listening to it. That's why y'all gonna get taken by surprise, okay? So it says 28, and it shall be, if they refuse to take the cup at thy hand to drink. So what if they say, no, we ain't? Because, some of them are proud, okay? Some of them are proud, just like Esau, Edom, man. It says what? And it shall be, if they refuse to take, Slack, and it shall be, if they refuse to take the cup at thy hand to drink, then shalt thou say unto them, thus saith Yahweh host, ye shall certainly drink. Okay? So just to confirm, because you might have thought, we were playing. No, you certainly gonna get it, man. Ain't no slip up. We ain't make no mistakes. All you gonna get it, because all y'all had a hand in our downfall. Okay, the Most High do not play about His beloved. Okay, so y'all ain't gonna get it. Oh, we didn't have no. If you not part of the nation of Israel, you're gonna get it. Plain and simple. All right. So it says, verse 29. It says, "For lo, I began to bring evil on the city." Right. Amos 3 and 6. "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the Most High not did it?" Right. The Most High is the one that's going to allow the evil to come to the city. It says what? "For lo, I began to bring evil on the city, which is called by my name, and should be in." Slocky, let me get up here a little bit more. Climbing up this hill. Verse 29 says, "For lo, I began to bring evil on the city which is called by my name, and should ye be utterly..." So the Most High, He had a diss track for us. Okay? So if we had to get it, which is called by His name, how much more you that don't even have an intimate relationship with the Most High? Because you go to Hosea 4 and read 1 down to about 6, and you see how the Most High had a diss track for us for the time being. So if we had to get it, how much more y'all that aren't of, that intimacy with the Most High, y'all gonna get it as well, man. So certainly, okay? Certainly y'all gonna get it. Ain't no slip up about it. So it says, "For lo, I began to bring evil on the city which is called by my name, and should ye be utterly unpunished, ye shall not be unpunished." So y'all gonna get it too, man. See, this is the greatest diss track, man. Because the Most High, He got a country verse for everyone outside of the nation of Israel, man. While y'all simple jakes is worrying about a diss track beef between Biggie and Tupac back in the days, or Jay-Z and Nas. See, this has been the thing with Jay. They always want to go at their own, but they don't ever want to, go at the true, wicked. Okay? So now that whole beef spirit has been, revived in the earth. Okay? Back in the days, you had it with Biggie and Tupac, Jay-Z and Nas. Then now it came back and resurfaced. Now you got it with not Meek Mill, but you had it with Meek Mill and Rick Ross for a while, along with 50 Cent and Rick Ross, along with 50 Cent and Ja Rule. Now it's Rick Ross and Drake, or now it's Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake, or recently Quavo and Chris Brown, okay? They worried about Jake, man, but you got the wicked and you ain't doing it, okay? Why you ain't exposing the wicked? You worried about your own brother, making him look bad, okay? That's why we started off. Who will stand up for me against the, workers of iniquity, the evildoers, okay? The servants of the Most High. We putting out this diss track, okay? In the name of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. All right? We exposing this wicked kingdom, okay? So it says, Jeremiah 25 and 29. "For lo, I began to bring evil on the city which is called by my name." And like I said, we had to get it as well. It says what? "And should ye be utterly unpunished?" That's a question, but it's a rhetorical question, because the answer is of course. So it says, ye shall not be unpunished, for I will call for a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, saith Yahweh of hosts. So every inhabitant on the face of this earth that's not of the elect is going to get it, okay? That sword, like I said, speaking of those missiles, okay? And not only that, the chariots going to get busy as well. So you other nations, y'all ain't getting away with nothing either. Even if you go back to your own land and escape the perils and the missiles that's coming into Babylon the Great, y'all still going to get it, man. So verse 29, the bottom part of that verse says, "Ye shall not be unpunished, for I will call for a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, saith Yahweh of hosts." What is that? Isaiah 45 and 7. "I create peace and create evil." So the Most High, He got it. He already got this thing situated and already, He got it already planned out how it's going down, man. We just out here telling you and prophesying. We giving you the diss track with updates, live updates, man. This is the greatest diss track of all time. This diss track is gonna go on all the way up into the Babylon the Great, man. And you currently getting updates of this diss track. See, that's the thing with the beef between Jake, man. They put a track down, and that's it. This track is continuously updated, man. You can always come and get the latest beef and update with the diss track that the Most High have with these other nations and Babylon the Great. Okay, so they ain't getting away with it, man. That's the point. All right. So let's get back to it. It says, verse 30. Therefore prophesy thou against them all these words. Right, and that's what we sent to do. We prophesying. We out here telling you, okay, this place is finished. America is finished. There ain't gonna be no more America. And along with these other nations, y'all ain't getting away with it either. That's why I say this is the greatest diss track, man. We out here prophesying against the greatest kingdom, Babylon the Great, telling them their judgment, telling them that, hey, y'all ain't the good old days, those are over with. Y'all had y'all good run. That was it. Now that we waking up to who we are, it's only a matter of time. Okay? So it says, verse 30, therefore prophesy thou against them all these words. Yahweh shall roar from on high and utter his voice from his holy habitation. He shall mightily roar upon his habitation. He shall give a shout as they that tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. Right. And it says in Zephaniah 3 and 8, it says, wait for me to raise up to the prey. Let's go there and get that. This is Zephaniah chapter 3. And let's jump down to verse 8. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations. This is the word. This is not us. This is the word. This is the greatest diss track. So his determination is to gather all the nations. It says what? That I may assemble the kingdoms. Okay? Why? Because that's what we were scattered through all, the four corners of the earth, to all these kingdoms. They all had a hand in our part of, coming to the state that we are in. They all had a part in our downfall. So he's going to gather them all in the valley of Jehoshaphat. You read that in Joel 3, right around the first, second, and maybe the third verse. So it says, therefore, Zephaniah 3 and 8, therefore, wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Right. Hey, it's going to get busy in that day, man. Yahweh got chariots that's going to be shooting laser beams, zapping people. Then he got the missiles that's going to be tearing up stuff. Hey, it's gonna be a day. And if you ain't of the elect, you're gonna be right here to get it firsthand, man. It says, Zephaniah 3 and 8, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So, hey, hey, all the earth, man. But like I said, here in America, it's going to be wiped off the face of the map of the earth, okay? So let's get back to Jeremiah 25, the greatest diss track of all time. Jeremiah 25. And where we at? Verse 30. It says well, let's go to 30 because there's another precept I want to get along with, Zephaniah 3 and 8. So it says, therefore prophesy thou against them all these words, and say unto them, Yahweh shall roar from on high. Right, Zephaniah 3 and 8. Wait for me to rise up to the prey. It says what? And utter his voice from his holy habitation. He shall mightily roar upon his habitation. He shall give a shout as they that tread the grapes. Now we know Isaiah 63 that Yahushua is coming, to tread the wine press, and he's coming with that apparel that's going to be. Let's just go there. I don't want to chop it up more than I have already. So this is Isaiah 63 and verse 1. It says, "Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? That is glorious in his apparel." Right, because he's coming with those chariots. He's going to be glorious in his apparel, man. It says what? Traveling in the greatness of his strength. He's going to be, man, when you see Yahushua come in his greatness and his strength with that armor, that fleet of chariots, hey, it's going to be a sight to behold, man. It says what? Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. Right. And it says he will not meet you as a man. So he ain't coming with that, lollygolly stuff. He coming with that fierce anger. It says, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Who is that? Yahushua. Okay. Yahweh's going to send Yahushua back down here to earth. Okay. To deliver the righteous, mighty to save. Verse 2. Wherefore art thou red in thy apparel, in thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. Right. And when you step on grapes, your garment, it gets, red from all the juices from the grapes. Well, that's what Yahushua is coming to do, okay? To tread the wine fat. It says, wherefore art thou red in thy apparel, in thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. Verse 3, I have trodden the winepress alone. Right. So Yahushua, he going to get busy by himself, man. The majority of the work Yahushua going to put in, man. It says, verse 3, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my remnant. Right, so, hey, it's gonna be a sight. It's gonna be a sight to be seen in that day. Okay, Yahushua with the angels and the chariots, and he gonna get busy, starting out there with the Edomites, so-called white men. He's gonna put them in captivity and slavery, and then along with the other nations, man. And we praying that we get a little bit of it as well. Jeremiah 16 and 16. All right, so let's go back to Jeremiah 25, and picking up at verse 30, or where we at. It says, he shall mightily roar upon his habitation. He shall give a shout as they that tread the grapes. We read that. Who is they that tread the grapes? Yahushua. And when you see Yahushua, you're going to see Yahweh, okay? So Yahweh is going to send Yahushua to tread the grapes, the wine fat, the press. All right? So it says, he shall give a shout as they that tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. Yahushua is going to let out that mighty battle roar, man. Hey, all the earth is going to hear and see Yahushua, man. When he let out that battle cry roar, whoo, man, it's going to be enough to make you tremble. All right. It says 31. A noise shall come even to the ends of the earth. So all the earth is going to hear it when Yahushua crack them clouds, man. It says, a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth. For Yahweh have a country verse. Okay, he has a beef. He has a diss for what? For with the nations. Right. So Yahushua has a country verse. Go into that word, one of the outline biblical usage is a strife. Okay, let's see if we can go there and get it. And it goes, the definition of the word strife is angry or bitter disagreement over fundamental issues, conflict. Right, and that's what we started off. Okay, Babylon the Great, its sins has reached to the heavens, and now the Most High is going to pay them a visit. Okay. Speaking of Babylon the Great, which is America, okay, Esau, Edom, His sins that he has committed have now reached the, heavens, and now the Most High has a country verse for him. But not only him, the other nations as well. Okay? So let's go back. This is Jeremiah 25 and 31. It says, a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for Yahweh have a country verse with the nations. Okay? He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, saith Yahweh. Right. So, hey, nobody's getting away, man. All right. But we know the head honcho, Esau, Edom, he gonna get it the worst. Okay. And those here in Babylon the Great, America ain't making it out alive. Okay. Alongside the 2/3. All right. Y'all ain't getting out as well. So it says, he will plead, verse 31, the middle of that verse, Jeremiah 25:31, middle of it. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, saith Yahweh. 32. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, behold, evil shall go from nation to nation in a great whirlwind. What is that whirlwind? Those are the chariots, okay? It says, shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. Right? Hey, it ain't going to be a pretty sight. If you can visualize it, you're going to have chariots coming from one part of the earth to the next part, just zapping people along with the missiles, okay? That's why, he's going to gather the elect from the four corners of the earth, St. Matthew 24 and 31. But the bulk or the majority is going to be here in Babylon the Great, which is America, all right? Now it says, thus saith Yahweh hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. So, like I said, that chariot, those chariots, those so-called UFOs, they're going to come from one end of the earth unto the other, okay? Just zapping people left to right, all right? And if you're on the wrong side of that chariot, that's your ass, man. It says 33, and the slain of Yahweh shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. So that's going to be a lot of casualties, okay? From one end of the earth all the way to the other end. Imagine how many people are going to be getting hit, zapped, taken out, okay? It says what? 33, and the slain of Yahweh shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. Right. So these going to be bodies that are unalive, laying all on the ground like dung. Okay. And that's why we're going to have to take these other nations and put them into slavery and captivity, because they're going to have work to do. They're going to have to bury all these bodies, okay? And we're going to get those elites, okay? Starting with you Edomites, man. You Rothschilds, you DuPonts. You know who you are, okay? Y'all going to be the first batch of slaves to go into captivity, and your first job is going to be to gather the bodies that are burned and bury them, okay? Because we ain't touching them. That's against our customs. That's against our laws, okay? So we're going to take y'all into captivity. Let's read that. This is Psalms. This is Psalms 149. Let's start at 7. To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people, okay? So you heathens, you other nations, y'all got judgment and vengeance coming from Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. It says 8, to bind their kings with chains. This is slavery, okay? So your kings, your elites, y'all gonna be the first group, the first batch to go into slavery. And as we read in Jeremiah, the 25th chapter, we already got work. We already got work for y'all put aside, burying these unalive bodies, okay? From World War III. It says, to bind their kings with chains, Psalms 149 and 8, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetter of irons, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh. Right, and that's what we doing. We praising him, okay? This is the greatest diss track of all time because, the wicked is getting their judgment, okay? Not some simple ass Jake trying to have beef with his own kind, okay? Showing you that we under the curses, man. So let's go back to Jeremiah 25 and 33. And it says, and the slain of Yahweh shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. So there's going to be a lot of people saying, man. It says what? They shall not be lamented, neither gather nor bury. They shall be dung upon the ground. And that's why we say these first batches of slaves, these elites, they already going to have their first assignment already put aside to bury all, to bury all the unalived people on the ground, okay? Because why? We ain't touching them, okay? So it says, 34, howl ye shepherds and cry and wallow yourselves in the ashes. Jeremiah 25, 34. Ye principal of the flock, for the days of your slaughter and of your dispersions are accomplished, and ye shall fall like a pleasant vessel. 35, and the shepherd shall have no way to flee, nor the principal of the flock to escape. A voice of the cry of the shepherds and an hallowing of the principal of the flock shall be heard, for Yahweh have spoiled their pasture. And that's going to all you false prophets, man. Even amongst our own people, okay? Because you having a doctrine that's being, pushed that Esau, Edom is no longer the so-called white man, or that the Most High now hates, Jacob and loves Esau, okay? By that group one body, okay? So they're going to be part of the, false prophets and shepherds that get cast in that lake of fire as well. So it says 35, Jeremiah 25 and 35, and the shepherd shall have no way to flee, nor the principal of the flock to escape. A voice of the cry of the shepherds and an hallowing of the principal of the flock shall be heard, for Yahweh has spoiled their pasture. 37, and the peaceable habitations are cut down because of the fierce anger of Yahweh. 38, he hath forsaken his covert as the lion, for their land is desolate because of the fierceness of the oppressor and because of his fierce anger. Right. So the false prophet, along with, what does that say in Revelation 20 and 10? It says, in the devil that deceived them, because that's what these shepherds are, false prophets, a devil. And we know the ultimate devil, Esau, Edom. But along with Esau, Edom, he has some of our people that follow after his, teachings. It says, Revelation 20 and 10, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone. Speaking of those missiles, the lake of fire is what? This place, America, being set on fire, which is going to look like a lake of fire from the bird's eye view, from the chariot point of view, looking down. It's going to look like a lake of fire. It says, Revelation 20 and 10, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. Right. So this man's kingdom, is being prophesied to come down. Okay. And amongst Yahweh shall return, he's going to trample them like a wine press, and he's going to pretty much get rid of them, okay? So this is the greatest diss track of all time. Not some silly ass beef amongst Rick Ross and Drake, or Chris Brown and Quavo, or whatever else beef that they're going to try to come up and, sidetrack you to throw you off, okay? No, this is the greatest diss track of all time. So Jeremiah 25, and I believe that was it. 38. Yeah, we read that. So that was it. So we're going to close out 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. It reads, be sober, be vigilant. Right? So this, be aware of the real diss track, the real beef. Okay, not this manufactured beef between, Esau, Edom, using these rappers to, throw you off as to what's really going on. What's really going on is he's being exposed. Okay, the Most High has a controversy with him, a strife. Okay, this is the greatest beef, the greatest diss track. All right, so be sober, be vigilant. Know what time we living in. Okay, because this man's getting ready to get judged along with all the other nations as well. So it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, so-called white man, Esau, Edom, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And if he can get you to be thrown off by giving you some simple ass beef between, these rappers as of today, just like he did back in the day with Biggie and Tupac, Jay-Z and Nas, and so on and so forth, then by all means necessary, he's going to do that. Okay? So be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. All right? And with that being said, I pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the good Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom.